It's like, wait a minute, nope, this isn't ready. So reboot. Gonna try it again.
Yeah. So come on aboard, do your shares, we want you to share the Shark Stream so all your friends can see us, all your pool buddies, all your people out there that like the sport. So
Yeah, definitely. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, don't we?
we got so much to talk about. But first, let's talk about how my beautiful Shark Stream shirt looks.
It is.
I don't have the
awesome.
blue one on. I have the gray one on. Let's let the people come on in. So come on in and click the likes, click the shares. I also got my Hugh and the Hustler hat today, and Timmy and I were going to talk about that because Vegas is coming.
Yes.
So-
yes, it is.
It's coming, so we have other issues to talk about. So I am wearing Hugh and the Hustler hat. That's on, and of course we got the Shark Stream shirt. If you want a Shark Stream shirt, you can get one at Yale Billiards. They're only $40, and a portion of that does go back to the Shark Stream. So we really appreciate that because we are doing big things, Timmy. Big
Yes,
things
we are.
in the Shark Stream. While you're sharing, I'll talk a little bit.
Yeah.
But we do now have nice new monitors in here, so that if you guys can even see us in the background now, you can see there's two of us. So
Yep.
it's pretty cool. But we also have a comment section now where we can see your comments very clear. So if you have something to say, a lot of times we miss it because we're jumbling with our phone. We're trying to see the comments.
Yep.
Now it should be nice and clear and be able to see what you want to talk about. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about in a few minutes also. So very interesting there. And well, yeah, Kimbo really did a great job for us. We hooked this up. We are now fully connected. So now we are no longer wireless. We are connected to a computer,
Hardwired.
which should help us a lot, I think, in the long run, especially for replays on table matches and
Yep.
all this other good stuff. So
Yep.
we are upgrading. So all this, anytime you donate and give us money back, believe me, we're putting it right back in the stream. This is getting bigger and better. And Timmy said something. What'd you say? We might have got a little too big for us.
So we might have got a little too big for our britches for a minute.
So we want to do a live match.
Growing pains.
Yeah, growing pains. We were
Yeah.
supposed to do a list match today. It didn't work out, but it is growing pains, and we're doing it to get it better. And I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with audio and video, but it's not that easy. It's very tricky, especially for a person like myself who's not very computer literate. So,
Yeah. It's getting harder and harder for me the deeper we go. So I'm getting into this rabbit hole, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm
it
over
is.
here tapping our computer, saying, "Please, baby, stay working."
But do your justice.
we had a huge upgrade. A couple of hardware upgrades
Yep.
that are going to be coming in. Kimbo is going to work those out. Kim Singleton, for those of you who don't know, is a IT guru. He's Yale Billiards IT guru.
He is
the best.
absolutely, yeah, he's been helping me out since day one, and he's a great guy, and he definitely, we appreciate him. He's not on Facebook, but we definitely appreciate him, that's for sure.
So
But yeah, so
He's
upgrade,
awesome.
so upgrades are done. So we got the monitors, we got the upgraded hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get the computer a little quicker because we got huge matches, which we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about coming. We got huge matches coming for you guys. So we're going to talk about that too. So what do we have, Timmy? What's on the agenda?
So
what are we
our-
starting with?
our top story today.
Oh, mind you, the reason why we have the top story is because
Yes.
our good friend Timmy here.
Oh, we're not getting there yet.
Oh, no, okay.
That's our second story.
Okay, go ahead. All right,
Our top
first
story is Vegas coming up.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Vegas coming up. So
Vegas.
for those of you who are keeping an eye on it, obviously all the playoffs are done for Connecticut APA League.
Yep.
Uh,
And I
for
believe
the
probably
last
most
year.
of the nationals because I mean I think everybody's going at the same time this year.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
it would be, there's multiple. There's actually two different settings. The singles, Jack. I believe the singles and the doubles teams are singles and masters are all going same time, and I think the rest are all going in October.
I
if
know
I'm
we
not
have
mistaken.
singles,
Yeah.
masters,
Yep.
ladies,
Yep.
and I
Singles,
think
masters,
partners.
ladies,
I
yep.
think partners is not 100%.
Yep.
And then
So
8 ball and 9 ball is going to be next time.
yes, that'll be in October.
October.
So 1 month away. You know, I know I'm gearing up. I'm going out myself for the 9 ball singles event. So wow, it's crazy. And you're gearing up to go three-peat.
We are. Hugh and Hustlers has been practicing a little bit. Rob has a table at his house. He hits a little bit. Dave actually just started a new job, so he's actually going to work some days now, so he might be able to get down here. And, of course, I'm going to start playing a little bit more, get my game in stroke. And, of course, Phil has been here a little bit practicing, and hopefully we'll be ready. We got a month to get ready, and we're going to gear down and represent Connecticut the best way we know how, and that's by playing the wind, man. Put our head down, waking up early,
Yeah.
eating good when we're out there, not too crazy. And when we party, it's usually before or after the event. We try to keep it to a minimum. So
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna be planning.
Do my best to I'll do my best to be out there. But when is your event exactly?
Our airfare we get there on the 9th. Our tournament actually starts on the 10th. It's 10th to the 14th.
Okay, so I actually won't be there for the finals if you make
Won't be
it, which
there.
is
Well,
unfortunate.
If
but-
we're in the finals, maybe you can see if you can extend one day. A lot of people have done that, believe it or not, when we're there because it's just a big deal. And when is the singles event?
The singles actually, I go out the 6th, and the singles event is the 7th through the 9th.
Okay.
So I plan on staying all the way through to at least the 13th. Like, that's our flight.
Yep.
We plan on staying out there for an entire week, myself and my girlfriend. So I've already got everything all planned to be out there from the 6th to the 13th. So we'll see a large part of your area. But the
Yep.
question is, will I be able to extend the flight through another day if you do make it to
If
the
we do,
finals?
yep, absolutely.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It's no easy task.
And I mean,
Believe me.
I'm so stoked. I remember when I didn't qualify this year. I qualified pre-COVID
Right.
for this event. So I've been waiting 2 years for this.
And for those of you guys don't know, Timmy he's a stellar player. He's been playing APA for how many years now?
15. just
15
about, yeah.
years, and it's his first trip.
Yeah.
And so he was very excited, and of course you should be.
Yeah.
And I know Timmy's been playing a lot. He is absolutely going to be ready. I mean, he
Yeah,
just
I
said
got,
it.
I got a whole month. I got to play hard this month. I really do. I got to get in a lot of games, get into a lot of tournaments. I mean,
we
got the
have
Joss
a
coming
lot
up.
of events coming up, so hopefully
Yeah.
you can do all those and get involved. You haven't even won a pop up yet, have you?
No, I haven't tried. I
Not
haven't
yet?
tried
All right,
yet.
all right.
We'll
So
get there
that-
though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been waiting. I want to get quite a few people qualified before I jump in. I've also been kind of like keeping an eye on like who's been jumping in. I don't want to jump into like a group that may be like lesser players and like end up like stealing one. I
Yeah.
kind of want the games to be pretty even.
Yeah.
Just it'll help me in the long run. But
Yeah, you'll be all right. I think we had another one today, so we're at 17.
nice.
So we're not bad.
17 people.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about that. Thank you for mentioning that.
absolutely. We're 17
So,
right now, and we might even have another one tonight, depending on if we have enough people. We'll see.
You and I
We'll
got to
see.
link up. We got to get each other ready for Vegas as well.
I agree.
So
I agree.
We
We're
got to start
definitely
playing
gonna
some
do that.
games.
I agree,
Get ourselves
100%.
out of our
I
ring
think
rust.
once we get the computer done, I think we're going to be status quo until we get back from Vegas. I think
Yeah.
we're done
We got so
physically
much to
adding.
do.
Yeah, we have so much this stuff, but the mechanical stuff I think will be done for a little while.
So
Before we start with our things, you guys can please share the stream. It's very important. Our Shark Talk Live goes off every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And we don't have as many live feeders as I would like,
Yeah.
obviously. But I have so many people that come up to me and said, I watched your show and I really liked it. It's pretty cool to keep us up to date. So I know you guys are watching us on the rerun.
Yeah.
So please share that because people don't have to watch it right now. They can watch it at their they're in the bathroom.
Yeah, watch it at your leisure.
Yeah, exactly. Having something to eat, you just want to watch some pool or find out what's happening for you, you can do that. So please share our stream.
I got some likes. I got some loves going on.
Yeah,
I
we got
like
some
that.
likes, some loves.
Let's go.
Please share. And
Yeah.
again, we greatly appreciate it. I mean, Timmy and I are putting our time in here, and we want you guys to enjoy it.
So our second top story that we were going to mention,
Yeah.
we took it upon ourselves to figure out what you guys wanted to hear on the Shark Talk, and we're going to keep doing that. If you have topics that you want to talk about, we're going to chat about them. And one of the biggest ones that came up was etiquette.
Yep. Pool
Oh,
etiquette.
the lovely story of etiquette.
And I was really shocking to me, actually, believe it or not, Tim, when you were the one that came up with this idea, and you're like, let's post what do people want, and
Yeah.
they really hammered the etiquette pretty hard.
Yeah.
And we're going to go over that now to the people that haven't played pool or are novice on the correct way, to have pool etiquette, and what pool etiquette is, because a lot of people don't even know what it is.
Well, and I also invite you guys just to get the viewers involved. I really invite you guys to share with us the one thing that grinds your gears the most when you play pool. Whether it be something your opponent does, something that happens all the time. I want to know the one thing that you just can't stand.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
we'll
That's
talk
great.
about it a little bit.
'Cause there's so.
I'll
'cause
share,
there's-
please. What's one thing that you absolutely cannot stand on a pool table, like when you're playing?
See, that's for me. That's tough because I'm pretty easygoing. To be honest with you, it'll be.
You
I
can
love,
go back into the
I-
past.
I
You
love-
have an extensive history. of
Yes,
games.
I have an extensive history, but I'm actually going to come close to the future now. And this is not. I guess it's pool etiquette, but it's also mindset, and it's going to teach you guys and also myself. As I know the lesson, but I'm going to go over it myself so I can hear it out loud.
Yeah.
But normally when I'm playing list matches or if I'm playing tournaments, you know what I mean. I'm always an easygoing guy. I don't mind talking to people.
Yeah.
I don't mind. You can ask me questions. I go back and shoot to the table.
Yeah.
And I'm usually pretty good at it. It doesn't bother me. Like my nephew, I always taught Robert. don't let distractions bother you, because at that point people would call him, he would be on his phone and he would shoot just as good as he was, and that's kind of distraction. And that's how I taught him, and that's how I'm supposed to be. But for me, when I am shooting bad on the list, everybody sees that. You all see it. I'm playing really bad right now, and the people are coming up to me. And I don't mind you're asking a question, or obviously it's my business. I'm here to help you guys.
Yeah.
But if you're just if you know I'm playing a list match and you see the score, you know what I mean, and you just come over and start talking to me random, that's just kind of like, I just want people to be aware of their surroundings. And again, I'm not picking on any one person.
I've done it to you. I've come up and asked you questions and realized, wait, it's 6-2. What am I doing?
Yeah, so it's kind of bothers me a little bit, and it's. I guess proper etiquette is you have to understand when you're playing pool, you need to know what your surroundings are.
Yeah.
If
Every player has a bubble.
Yes.
You know, every player's got a bubble, and trust me, you can get in that bubble real quick.
Yes,
you know?
Absolutely. All right, Derek Hart just won the pop-up.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
right.
We got another Joss eventer.
That'd be number
All
18 for
number
us.
18
He's
for
going to
Derek
Vegas too
Hart,
for
17,
singles.
17. But that's all right. That's awesome. Good job, Derek Hart.
So, you know, every player has a bubble, and I find that it's really, really easy to pop that bubble when that bubble gets real thin when that player's not playing well.
Absolutely.
And the second you pop that bubble, that's like the no-no.
Yeah.
You know, I think the one thing that probably drives me the most insane is players who are either talking to you like, you know, like players who constantly like don't sit down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they miss a shot.
That's one of the etiquettes we're going to talk about a lot for sure.
These are guilty. Like most players that are guilty of this. I hate to single them out, but most players are guilty of this are like lower skilled players.
And that's
like,
why we're doing this.
You know,
I think that's why we're doing this segment right here for you guys to learn a little bit about the etiquette of the game.
They don't see the thought of like, all right, they missed a shot. It's a tight game, and then they miss a shot, and then they kind of like stand in front of your pocket, and you just get down on the shot, and I see them there, and the guy's like scratching his head or doing something like that, and I get up and I'm like, what are you doing? Can you just go this way just a little bit, like, just not in my line of sight? It used to drive me absolutely. I can deal with it a little bit better now, but it used to drive me absolutely batty to see my opponent in my eye shot. Just get out of the way. You know what I mean? Out of the way. Just There's a chair. There's a captain's chair over there. Yep. It's very comfy. It's got really cushy pillows on it. Just go chill for a minute. Grab a drink. Get water.
And on the other side of this is again, we're critiquing ourselves because we both know that, like he just said, he's gotten better with it, and his game has gotten better. Yeah. And I am playing bad, and I'm getting frustrated with this stuff. So it's our fault to let this bother us. Yeah. But we're trying to teach etiquette to to lesser players or the newer players that understand. So let's go over some of the etiquettes, what the do's and do nots.
Go ahead, teacher.
All right, I'm going to start with a couple simple ones. Yeah. All right, a simple one is actually, and this is a pet peeve, obviously, because I'm a pool hall owner. It's a little different. Yeah. But when you're using the chalk, never put the chalk down on the table. It's just bad for your hands. It gets messy, and it's not good for the chalk. So you put the chalk on the bottom so the chalk is facing upward. Very simple, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, that's etiquette. A lot of people don't know. You're supposed to do that because
I'm guilty of it. I have a tick. I have a bad tick that when I play, in order to prevent a lot of the dust from getting down like on my shaft, I will pick the chalk up and I'll tap it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, it leaves a chalk, right? You know what I mean? As long as you clean it off afterwards, it's nice. But I have a tip to do that to get rid of the the residue. But
that could be etiquette because you're trying to take care of all the people that use the table after you and before you. And another big one is what Timmy talked about. And if you look at our list matches are perfect. Not perfect, but most of the players, 80-20 rule, nothing's 100%. Everything is 80-20 rule. That's the rule I use in life. So if I ever talk about something, I'm talking to you, and I say something and don't think I mean everybody, there's always an 80-20 rule. Yeah. So basically, when you're done with your shot, go sit in your seat.
Yes, chill.
Don't move.
Or walk away from the table.
Yeah, or walk away from the table.
You could completely leave the table area, as long as you're, if you're going to the bar, going to the bathroom or something like that, just walk away. Yep. Don't sit in the realm. If this is the table, the realm around the table, that's where you don't want to be. You
Right,
know,
you
like
don't-
around here, that's where you don't want to be.
It's funny, John, my friend John Yale and I were talking about this the other day. It was
Mm-hmm.
a guy playing, I'm not going to mention his name, he's an older guy, great player, probably like in a low A speed, maybe even high A. And he was a great player, but he would go right in front of your pocket while you're shooting and chalk his cue. And it was so annoying. And we're playing for money. You know, you don't want to, you're trying not to be rude to this guy.
Yeah.
But at some point, you're like, look, and you have to think of being a 60, 65 plus year old man, a really good player would know this.
Yeah.
You know,
You've been around the block.
but so that's one of the things that we're talking about is pool etiquette. Is you don't want to walk, what Timmy said, is around the table while
Yeah.
somebody's shooting. You don't want to
No,
chalk. You don't want to swing your cue around. You don't want to. You said scratch yourself. You're not supposed to be moving your hands, your fingers to attract that person's eye. It's actually called sharking.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, there's so many, like, you know, I could understand like little things like that. If you're sitting in the chair and you know you have an itch on your leg, I got called out in
Yeah.
a tournament one time for that. One time, I was playing in a tournament over at Snookers. It was Ship the Cash event. It was a Wednesday night. One of his Wednesday night action.
It's a
events.
great event. It's
Yeah.
three race to three, no handicap, awesome event.
And I remember I was in, I want to say it was like the top 8 winner side, something like that. I was playing, I don't even remember who I was playing. Forget who I was playing. It makes no difference. It was races to 5, and it was like 3-1. I ended up missing a shot. He's down on like a straight and 7 ball. I'm sitting in my chair, and of course the chair is like right in line with the corner
With the pocket,
It's,
usually, yep.
you know. And I remember I just like took my leg, I lifted my leg up, and I kind of just scratched my leg a little bit because it itched. And afterward, like I ended up winning the set. I think it was like 5-3. It was a really close match. I probably could have lost the set. He definitely had the momentum. I got lucky to get out. And I remember like 20 minutes later, Mike comes up to me and he goes, I know you don't mean it, but, you know, he kind of called you out for sharking him. You know, he goes, could you, when you sit in your chair, don't fidget a lot. And I'm like, what did I do? I itched my leg. I itched my leg. Like, what, you know,
but that's,
I'm supposed to be a
actually,
stone, but...
that's actually, it's kind of like you said, you have
Yeah.
to be cognizant of that, and you really can't do that.
And I remembered it for the rest of the match, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it comes down. Like I could understand if I was standing there, or if I was, you know, in the middle of the shot, or if I was somewhere else and I wasn't sitting in my chair. But you know,
But that goes to show us back to perception. For one,
Mm-hmm.
again, the player should try not to let that bother them, and if you do let yourself not get bothered, you will be a better player.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
great rule for that.
Yes.
If it bothers you, stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up from the shot.
Yeah.
Go through your pre-shot routine. If you get down on the shot and you see the guy doing it again, you know it's a move.
Yeah.
At this point, then you get up and go, all right, listen, come on, guy.
Yeah.
You know.
So, but yeah, absolutely right. So etiquette, you know, do not walk around the table.
Yeah.
Do not move around.
No.
And one of the biggest etiquette ones, and so many people, unfortunately, in leagues make this rule is talk about the player while they're shooting.
Yeah. Guilty.
Because
Guilty.
I mean, you can't do that because that's the worst form of sharking. And you know, we've all done it at some point. You know, and again, that comes back to you. You're being so upset out there because of something you did that you're gonna say something to the other player. So you don't want to. Talk about that player because again, now instead of scratching your leg, now you're getting in their head. Now they're thinking about, and it's not fair to them. And, and I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that done to me. And unfortunately for me, I have hearing aids, so a lot of people talk to me and I don't hear them.
Yeah,
Lucky you. It actually helps me a lot. It really does. It really does.
Yeah, lucky you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me right. I'll be the first person to say it right now. I'm guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in the game, I'm 100% guilty of it, and I don't mean it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not intentional. It's not a form of gamesmanship. A lot of people think it is. A lot of times, I talk to myself the entire match, like either in my own head or like I'll walk away and go, well, that was a dumb shot. What'd you play that for? You know, or something silly like that. Or if
I do the same. I
if
talk
I'm
to
not getting all
myself
the
too.
rules,
Like, can't believe you did that. You got to hit the ball harder.
It's like, what are you doing? And I'm guilty of it. I did it last Thursday.
Yeah.
I know I did. You
Yeah.
know, and like it wasn't by choice. It was just like, you know, you get frustrated and after that it goes wrong, and that's the whole key is don't get frustrated. I know I'm the pot calling the kettle black.
Absolutely.
That's it, but
And I said the same thing. I says normally
Yeah.
people, talk to me, don't bother me. But now when I'm losing, I just get a little more frustrated.
yeah,
I'm
a little
not-
more animated.
Yeah. So
you can tell when it's getting to you too.
yeah, of course.
It's the worst.
course.
It really is the worst because there's no getting away from it, and it's such a downward spiral after that. You could easily knock yourself out of a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And that's why the good players, you don't see them show emotion very rarely. And,
Yeah.
you really don't. So
And, that's definitely a huge thing. Another good piece of etiquette is, for the love of God, do not put your drinks on the table.
yes, no, absolutely
Oh
not.
my God!
Yeah, that's something that would drive the owner and his staff and the
Just
opposing player.
Even on the side of the
Crazy.
table, it's
So,
ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
that's not even like an etiquette thing for the game. Like, etiquette for the game would just be, keep your stuff by you.
yep,
Don't put your drinks near other people's drinks. Like, don't move other people's stuff around. Just, you're trying to, by doing all those things, all you're doing is manipulating the environment of the game. Whether it be you're manipulating, their stuff, and now they're concerned about their stuff. They're not fully thinking about the game.
Yep.
Anything that you do on the table that makes the opponent think about something other than what he's doing or he or she's doing is 100%
And to give
some
you-
type of gamesmanship.
give you a great example about that. When you
Yeah.
go to Vegas, and you're going to find out, even though you're in singles,
Yeah.
when it's your turn, you have to sit on the other side. You're not allowed to fraternize with your players.
Yeah.
So, and that's basically the etiquette, is what we're saying. When you're playing a match, try not to talk about the other person.
Yeah.
Try not to distract the other person. Have respect for their playing, just like you want them to have respect for you playing.
Yeah.
So if you're the one that's shooting, you don't want somebody talking in your ear about how you're playing. You don't want somebody shaking, their hands or rubbing their eyes in while you're shooting in the pocket.
Yeah.
So we have the same respect for them. So that's what we got for etiquette.
Yeah.
What do we got?
And,
What do you
and
got?
Hector, of course, even he's saying, he's commenting, he says, I've been on a bad losing streak. He goes, I'm guilty of it. Everybody's guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are, right down to even the pros. I've seen it. Great example of that. Going to the Turning Stone Classic, we saw, our good friend Mike DeShane, who was there.
Had a moment. Yep.
He had that exact moment. He's up
Yeah.
7-3 against Shane Van Boning, going to 9, and he misses a straight in ball.
Yeah.
And I watch him go back to his seat, put his stick down, slump his head in his hands, and just listen to the balls fall as Shane runs a 4-pack. He didn't make another ball the entire set.
Right.
Not a single ball the entire
And
set.
he-
He broke his own brain
Right.
in that shot. I mean,
And I'm a believer in momentum and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And if you do that, you're giving away the match. You know in your heart that the match is over.
Yeah.
And you got to not have that feeling. You have to be total even keel.
yeah.
So
And now I know how to shark, Andy says.
So let's go over the etiquette real quick.
Yeah.
So we try not to put the chalk on the table, right?
It's one.
Do not walk around the table while it's not your turn. Please go to your seat or out of the player's vision, right? Try not to shark your opponent by talking to him. What else are we missing? I know there's more that we're missing.
Make sure that you're
making noises. You don't want to make noises and
Yeah.
obscene sounds, obviously, because that's not conducive to somebody playing. It's going to make them obviously
Don't
not
steal
feel
the
good.
chalk from the table.
Yes, that's
For the love-
another good one. That's another good one.
If I go to
People do
chalk
that
and I
on
gotta
purpose.
go,
People
yes,
do that on purpose.
yes, they totally do. It's 100% a move. They go
Absolutely.
steal the chalk. Don't steal the chalk from
No,
the table.
don't steal the
if I
chalk.
gotta go
That's-
walk around the table and come get the chalk from you,
Yeah, exactly. You're
We
gonna
got problems.
We're grabbing the chalk a little hard from you.
yeah, it's
So
like
that's great. That's a good one. I like that one.
At
What
least
else
if
are
it's
we missing?
community chalk. If it's your own chalk, I understand. Don't use
Yes,
somebody
you're
else's
talking-
chalk
Absolutely,
too.
that's
know?
absolutely. That's great. So those are the main etiquettes. And
Don't loose rack people.
Yes, and also another one for APA, handicaps. Okay. Please don't talk about handicaps, because first of all, the person that's shooting has really nothing to do with the handicap. They are what a computer says they are.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing I feel is something you guys don't understand is, if somebody's playing and you think they gave you the game, 99, normally 80-20, this is 99% of the time they did not give you that game. Nobody is losing on purpose except for that 1%. It's because
They exist, but
they
they're
exist,
rare.
right? It's
But
very
they're
rare
rare.
because you guys play this game with heart. And how many times have you thrown a game? And if you have done it, then you're that 1%. Because nobody plays in this game to lose. For one, it costs you money.
Yeah.
For two, it costs your team points, which is chance to win and everything else. So there's so many bad things. So please don't complain about handicaps.
Yeah.
If somebody's 13-1 or 15-0 and they haven't gone up, call the division and say, call it Kim and APA. Kim, shout out to Kim Guimont. She loves those calls. Give her a call.
I'm sure. Yeah, I guess she loves them. I'll bet. Yeah.
But I mean, you can always call and say, hey, why is this person 16-0 and not gone up? And get a simple answer. If you don't like the answer, but then you have to deal with it. But at least you have the answer without affecting the player, because they don't know. They really don't. They're trying. If the guy's 15-0, he's not dumping. He's trying to win. So.
Don't blame him.
Yeah, don't blame him.
For being
It's
good.
not his fault. So that's another thing with handicaps. And again, we love APA. Shout out, they're a sponsor to us. And there's no perfect system. They're doing the best they can. And shout out to Mike and Nicole.
Yes,
They
Mike
just-
and Nicole Netherland, they just purchased the Fairfield APA.
There you go.
They
They're going to
will,
find all about that handicap stuff real soon.
So congratulations to them. They are embarking on a new adventure, and all of us in the Connecticut APA are embarking on a new adventure of not having to worry about them beating us for Vegas. But
Yeah, Micah hasn't gone a long
they're
time.
just
but over the
they're guaranteed
years-
a free trip now.
Yeah, absolutely. They're pretty good. So,
But the
so yeah, the sharking. We're almost done with this. What are we talking about? Etiquette.
yeah,
So yeah,
etiquette.
with the sharking, don't complain about people's handicaps. Do it afterwards, or like I said, call the office directly and say, hey, what's going on with this player, and try to make this game of fun. If you're not having fun, I hate to say this as a pool room owner, you really shouldn't play.
Yeah, and if
This
you're
game is about having fun.
and if you're gonna play the game, just remember, the other small one too is if you're gonna play against somebody, don't pull any weird moves with the rack either. Like
No.
if you got the rack, just try to rack the balls as tight
Absolutely.
as possible too.
Absolutely.
That's another tiny little one. I know it's getting
That's
off the
another
subject
etiquette.
here,
But that's great to be etiquette. You
Yeah.
want to rack it tight for your opponent, just
Yeah.
like
'cause you
again,
expect the same thing. It's a
yes,
golden rule thing.
Yes, etiquette is
You know?
how you treat people, how you expect to get treated, and that's
Yeah.
how you should do it on the pool table.
If you want a good, clean, honest, easy game, then just give your opponent every single thing that they're supposed to give you. If you want it to turn into a game where you're pulling moves every chance you get between you and your opponent just to get back at one another, if you want one of those knockdown, drag out, like at the end of the set you're probably going to go outside and duke it out kind of things,
Right.
well, you can make it that game too, but you just kind of have to be scummy while you're doing it. You
Yeah.
got to be scummy throughout the entire game.
Yeah,
That's
and-
pretty much
and
all
that's not what
boils
it's
down
about.
to.
Pool's about having
No.
fun. Playing with your team, having
Yeah.
a great night out. Meeting your girlfriend, your boyfriend at a league night
Mhm.
or whatever have you. So
That was a fun topic.
yeah,
It's a juicy
it is,
one.
It is.
Everybody's
I mean,
got
there's
a
a
good-
lot of comments. I really can't read any of them, but there's a
Yeah.
couple. Anything good going on there to
There's
talk
been,
about?
William Ailey saying he's been accused of sandbagging in 9-ball before. You probably were, Will. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I joke.
And
Will
Will
has
is-
way too much heart to
And
dunk.
that was my
Yeah.
point, and I'm going to
Way too much
reiterate
heart.
it again because we have more people watching now.
Yeah.
If somebody loses to you and you think they sandbagged, they probably did it. 99% of the people are in this league to win, and they don't want to pay money and let their team down by losing on
Yeah.
purpose. There is 1%, but most of them do not.
Yeah.
So stop. Okay.
And on top of that, that was a good topic. We're going to have more of those topics as well. So again, if there's something you want to hear about, please do comment to us and tell us what you want to hear about in this fan-based section of Shark
Talk
Live.
Live, episode 4.
So-
Boom.
Let's get into what we got going on.
Next
we got
topic.
a couple of great things that happened.
Oh, by the way, Bobby Hilton here, owner of Yale Billiards, and the great Tim Levine.
Hi.
In case
How
you
are
didn't know, right there. All right.
So let's go into the next section here. The next section being a couple of the big tournaments that happened over the weekend on the pro scene. We talked about the amateurs for a little while. Now
Two big
let's talk
events.
pros.
Two big events.
So, for those of you who were curious, there was a huge one pocket tournament.
Actually, there's 3 events we should talk about. Yeah, 3
Yeah.
events. Yep.
It was a seniors one pocket tournament, and what better than the greatest senior pool player of all time, and
greatest.
possibly the greatest pool player of all time to begin with,
Yep.
Efren Reyes.
Yep.
He's back in the winner's circle.
Great, congratulations. I mean, he's supposed to be retired. He's never going to retire. He loves the game too
Yeah.
much, and
He's on a farewell tour for the rest of his life.
he deserves it. And he deserves it. Talk a little bit about Efren. I mean, I know I read some stories. He wins decent amount of money in pool.
Yeah.
And he does not live flashy at home. I don't know if you've ever seen
As
his
far as
house
I
at
know,
home.
if I'm not mistaken, was Efren not the first millionaire?
I
Like
think
the
he
first
was
person
in
who won
pool.
$1 million in
pool.
pool? So
He brings it back to his family. I believe he lives in a small house with an older car, and he grinds, and he's a family guy when he's not playing pool, and you know, and it's kudos to him. And I've never heard anybody ever say anything bad about him.
no, there's really nothing. I mean, there's really
Which is
nothing
pretty
bad
good.
to say. I mean, look. I mean, just think of the
Earl Strickland?
simplicity that even Earl doesn't have anything bad to say about him.
No, I know,
Earl-
but we
Earl's
say
the
bad
first
things about
person
him.
to say, listen, hey, listen, the guy's great. You know, it's the only Efren's the only guy that made Earl throw in the towel. So
Yeah.
try that one on for size. But you've got, you know, look at the way not only just lives a simple life. You were talking about that, but you could tell his simplicity when you see him. He's got, you know, a little 2x4 case.
Yep.
It's not really well adorned. You open it up. His cues don't look terribly flashy. Although I will tell you, the guy who makes his cues, they're quite nice.
I'm sure they are.
You know, it's a Filipino cue maker. He buys local. He uses it. He loves the way it hits. His tip isn't anything too special. I think it was a soft elk master, which is probably one of the more, you know, generic cue lines that you'll find. You know, tip
Very
lines that you'll
generic.
find, and. You know, again, the guy plays world class. He's one of the greatest players to ever live, if not the greatest player to ever live. And it just
Absolutely.
goes to show that flash and all that jazz does not get you there.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
and
simplicity.
You can watch his videos when he played before he was winning everything. He was
Yeah.
still a graceful loser, and he was never ever throwing tantrums,
Yeah.
and he was always respectful, and that's why you got to give it to him. And that's why he is. You know, Earl Strickland would be in this conversation. He wasn't such a temper tantrum ass.
Yeah, you know.
He really would be because of all the world titles.
Well, the thing is,
you can't
I
even
will
argue
never-
that he's one of the best ever.
Yeah, I will never say that Earl Strickland doesn't. I'll never say that Earl Strickland doesn't deserve to be considered one of the top 5 greatest players of all time.
Yep.
But I will be the absolute last person, and this is where the statement gets controversial for those of you who are tagging in. I will be the first person to say that Earl Strickland has no business on Pool's Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Because
And then-
it's
and
only
again,
because of
you can
everything
get somebody
outside
to
of
argue, you know, and I'm different. I'm a different breed where I think, you know, what you do, you know, and during your pool game,
What
it
you do
matters.
defines you.
Well, yeah, it defines you, absolutely. You know, and that's why I don't think, I mean, Earl is obviously one of the greatest players, but
And there's no reason that a person like Earl should never have existed in the pool world.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think that he's the best ambassador
Yep.
we've ever had.
Yep.
You know,
you know, but
great
you
ambassador.
could also
but not
say
the
that
best.
about the guy we were just talking about. I'm trying to bring
Oh goodness,
effort.
effort, yeah.
Effort, because you know he doesn't have sponsors. He could
Yeah.
also he doesn't shoot with Predator cues.
No,
He doesn't shoot with Kamui tips.
no,
he doesn't. You know what I mean?
He chose the people he wanted
Right.
to
So,
choose.
so you can say he's a, you know, I like the way he plays and his style and the way he acts, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's the best ambassador for the game because
I agree.
he's not promoting his game as well as he probably could have.
Yes.
And that's not to knock him because, like I said, I still think he's the best all time.
Yeah,
But
he's definitely the greatest player we've ever had, and he's one of the greatest examples of how the game should be played that we've ever had. But as far as
Ambassadors, no.
promoting the brands of the sport, no.
No.
That's, of course, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But you don't always have to be the guy who promotes the biggest
No.
brands in order to get it done.
no.
You know. But
It
That
does
being
help,
said.
I think. I mean, you got Tom Brady and LeBron. They're supporting their sport, and they're getting all the money from the side, and I
Tell-
think that helps.
tell me what you guys think. I want to know who you guys would put on your Mount Rushmore. I might even post
Just
this
say
as
top
a,
three.
you know,
Just top three.
as
Who's your
a-
top three?
as a Shark Stream post. We're gonna talk, you know, top 3, top 4. I'm gonna give you 4 spaces on Mount Rushmore max,
Okay.
and we're gonna say those are your 4 guys, and let's see what everybody says. And,
then,
please,
and then
for
once
the
you
love
guys
of-
are done, I'll tell you
argue.
the true top 4,
Yeah.
and then you guys can debate.
yeah. So we'll go with that.
No.
There was also another great event as well down in Northern Virginia, the
Yes.
TTMD 10-ball Open, a field with plenty of great pros in it.
Yep.
The winner of that tournament, James Aranis.
$6,000.
Yeah, and Alex Pagulayan was also the runner-up in that tournament, and he ended up beating local Connecticut pro Jeremy Sosi, who ended
Absolutely.
up tying for 3rd.
Yep, I talked to him a little while ago. Actually, he said he got $1,000, and it
Hey,
was a good experience.
that's a
He
payday.
obviously wanted to win,
Yeah.
and he's going to be right back at it. I'm sure he's going to be here for the Josh Tour, and we'll be pulling for him.
He's continuing his run back into the world of American pool, and
Absolutely. He's
back
also
in the
having a
world
baby.
stage.
So that
What?
might help him a little bit. It
Seriously?
might hurt him a little bit. I believe so.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Him and
Congratulations,
Phil.
Jeremy.
Him and Phil.
Congratulations,
Him and
Jeremy.
Phil. I don't know if
Very
it's together
nice.
or not, but. And also, you know, another thing, I think I mentioned this to you, but this is a Sharkstream exclusive here.
Oh,
Jeremy Sosa and Mike DeShane, Timmy and I are going to be putting up another challenge match, possibly.
nice.
So
Nice.
Mike DeShane versus Jeremy Sosa. We're going to be doing
Jeremy
a real
Sosi.
Sosi. Very similar to the last one. We're going to be looking for special sponsorships, and we'll talk about that more when we get some big matches. So if you're interested, let me know. We're going to do something where they both get a little bit of cash,
Yeah.
and they're going to be playing for something big because everybody wants to see that match.
Of course, that's a huge matchup.
Jeremy's playing, just come back from the Worlds,
Yep.
and he's just came in third in this event. And then, of course, you know, Mike DeShane's killing the ball really good.
Yeah.
And he beat Lucas like handily, and he also won that event at Rax. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
That's going to be a good match.
hopefully
I
we'll talk
wanna
more
see
about that. But that's an exclusive. If
I'm
you guys
learning
are
about it
interested-
too, so try that one.
If you guys are interested about sponsoring that, any of our sponsors out there, let us know.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be something that's real exciting. And just for those, also people are asking about getting Efren Reyes here.
Mm-hmm.
I put my call out to my people. He is in Texas for that tournament. He is not going to be coming to the East Coast anytime soon.
Yeah.
But when he does, Yale Billiards will be getting him here.
Yeah, and
100%.
I'm sure that we will. I'm sure that we will do our best to get him on the Shark Stream in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Just note that that event, that challenge match, will be a exclusive event to those people who
Yes.
throw in the sponsorship. So
Absolutely.
it's not going to be like the normal. You see all of our great sponsors, of which we have 3 new ones, by the way. We'll talk about them at the end of the show. But it will be 5. It will be all the sponsors that jump in on this, that donate money to the event, that will be the ones who get their names on the side.
Absolutely.
So
Right, and the reason why we do that is, again, we're trying to
Yeah.
get the sport players to make a little bit of money without doing it, and the sponsors to get some recognition and also some advertising. So it's a win-win for everybody, and that's what we're trying to do here. It's something a little different than the pool world, and Timmy and I are going to push through and do the best we can. We're not perfect, but we're trying to do the best we can.
and the third pro event that you wanted to mention before.
Yes.
Do tell.
Which one was it?
Do tell. I had 2.
There was 2. No, there
I
was.
had 2. You
Oh
had
no,
a third
no,
one?
I'm sorry. That wasn't a tournament. It's the match that's coming up.
Oh,
between-
okay.
That's the big one
Okay,
that's
so
coming up.
okay, so good. I
Yes.
wanted to make sure that we
That's
were
okay.
on the
Yes,
same
yes,
page.
we're on
there.
the same page. But yes,
So now that we've got those done, we've also got a lot of great tournaments that are coming around, and a lot of them we already know about. We talked about our Joss event pop-up tournaments. Our
pop-ups just going crazy. We have, what's today's date? The 7th.
Mhm.
So we have 17 days left,
and we have 18 people.
And we have 18 people, and
That's
17.
awesome.
No, 17. Today was the 17th.
17th.
And I want 17 more. I want
Yep.
to get 34, and 34 people qualified to the Joss event. Plus, I'm getting people that's been calling from all over asking about this event.
Yeah, so this is going to be absolutely huge, guys. It
Mhm.
really is. I mean,
Yep.
again, it's the first Joss Northeast Tour event that has been in Connecticut in 20 years. That's so huge. That's
It really-
ridiculously huge.
It really is.
You
And Yale Billiards adding $2,000, $1,500 to the main event,
Huge.
$500 to the second chance tournament.
Yeah.
We're getting all the tables new refelted, and
Just got the cloth in a couple weeks ago.
Just got
I've
this
been
nice and
staring at that
fresh.
70-pound box for the
yeah,
last
it's,
2 weeks.
it's nice and fresh.
Mhm.
And again, we're trying to make this the best we can. We want to bring pool back to Connecticut and back to the East Coast and back to the United States
And
to
just
make
so-
it huge.
Just in case you're curious, do you have a schedule yet for when we're gonna have the cloth redone? For those of you who
I do.
may be wanting to play,
I do. I'm in the process of doing it. It's supposed to be half the table is 11 through the 15th, and then
Mhm.
actually the last 4 to 8 tables will be done the following week, and it'll be the last day will be the 23rd, which will be a Friday. Should be done 100% by Friday,
Yeah.
so we'll have them all done by the 23rd.
So pardon our dust, because that's gonna be a lot of fun. I always like coming in,
It's the
When
best.
they- when
it is
they're doing it.
absolute the best.
not just brand new cloth, but just to see like 4 tables that are just completely dismantled.
Yep.
Because you just know that in the next couple days, It's all going to be brand new. Everybody clamors to get on the table. I remember, we first got it in, and it was a lot easier when we first came to this location when you did, because all the tables were brand new, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's all new cloth." But when you only do like 4 or 8 at a time, everybody wants to be on those tables.
And what I equated to is being as a kid. You remember when you go to the pool and nobody's in the pool?
Yes.
And you want to be the first one in the pool or the first one in the lake?
Yeah.
That's what it's like to play on a new Felta table.
It's so awesome. It really is. I've got mine. It's Nick Marito is coming to do my table, I believe, this month. So
nice.
I can't wait. I'm so stoked.
Absolutely. That's
figure
awesome.
just get a whole month on just brand new cloth, which will be really good ahead of the Joss. So I hope he comes before the Joss, because I'm really excited to get that done.
So again, the pop-ups tournament, how it works is we're trying to do it every day. What I do is if I get 1 or 2 people confirmed, the rest fell up. It's a no-brainer. So if you want to play, let me know. Send me a message. We'll put you on the schedule for 7 o'clock. 1 or 2 people, and we'll fill it up, and we'll get you in the Joss event.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's
let
again
us
4
know.
people, single elimination. You just got to win 2 matches, and you're in.
You can play in 3 events, and you still make out ahead if you don't win.
Yeah, because
So
it's an
as long as you win
$85
one-
winning package.
Yes, so if you could play in 3 events, as long as you win 1, you're going to be in. And so do that. And what's going on? What's Scott saying? Anything good over there?
Yeah, he was talking. Well, everybody's talking about their pool Rushmore. Their Mount Rushmore,
okay.
So, we got the
Nice.
We got the comments moving
All right,
tonight.
well, let's get the top 4. Like I said, once you guys figure it all out, I'll tell you who the top 4 are, just so you know. Just so you guys know out there.
So we've got the we've also got the Mark Dion event that's coming up.
Okay, this I want to talk about for a couple reasons.
Okay.
For one is I'm playing with my daughter, so I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
We're both going to Vegas. So we're both playing good. She's playing good. I'm going to be ready to play good by that point. And it's going to be a lot of fun. The harder part about it is, I shouldn't say harder, but you have to register online at least 2 days prior.
Yes.
So
And it's
have you
filling
done
up.
that yet?
I haven't.
Okay, because
I don't have a partner.
so Tim, anybody want Tim Levine as a partner? He's a left-handed
I'm
player.
still, to be fair, I'm still on the fence of whether I'm going to play in the event or not. So,
Okay, so it depends on who says play.
Pretty
But
much, yeah.
what's your Fargo?
575 now.
So you can do a 675.
Yeah.
So you can do it for
So,
675.
a lot of good players out there, guys.
Absolutely.
You know?
And Timmy's been playing real strong. So if you guys want to partner with Timmy, hit us up.
It'd be a lot of fun.
If you want to join and play that tournament, you got to go to MD Productions 9-Ball Series, and you can log in online.
Yeah, you can also go to Mark Dion's Facebook. You see him here. He's actually in the comments section a little bit further up. That Mark Dion is the Mark Dion, and I'm sure he'll comment again if he's watching to give you the.
I signed up yesterday. It was
Nice.
relatively easy. I did have to call because, again, as I said earlier on Shark Talk, I am not computer illiterate that much, so I learned. But I did do it. So Jennifer helped me actually, and I also helped Shake and Squirrel sign up.
Nice.
So-
That's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Squirrel's been playing
They're both-
really strong too.
Yeah.
Lately.
So if you want to join, please pick a partner. If you don't have a partner and you want to play, let me know. Let Mark know. We will find a partner for you, but you have to do it before the 15th, and it's going to be here before you know it. It's only a week away, and the tables should be all felted. Half the tables should be felted by then, so good way to practice for the Joss Tour. So any guys out there that are thinking about playing in the Joss event, or if you already qualified, I would come down and play in this event to get practice for it.
Yeah, and there's another great event coming up too. Mallory Michalak is doing a lot of events. She's going to be doing them, I believe, the weekend before the Joss, right?
Yeah, she's doing on the Sunday the 18th,
Yep.
and it's an 8-person tournament, $100 a person, and we're going
Nice.
to live stream the matches. And I think they're doing a full double elimination, and it should be a lot of fun. You're going to see these guys. This is going to heart and competition is going to be strong in this event.
And multiple tournaments in the same day for all differing skill levels as well, right?
I'm not sure if they're doing it the same day. They haven't decided 100%
Oh, okay.
yet. So that's what I would like to do. But
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Mallory. Mallory's trying to figure out what to do and how she's doing it, and she's doing a great job.
Yeah, hopefully
And,
multiple tournaments in the day. That would be great too.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because then we just have just more fodder for the stream.
Yeah,
which would be awesome.
absolutely.
Also, another huge tournament coming up. Hector Sanchez, who's been in here, he's doing a huge tournament, the Underdog tournament, as it were. And I really, really wish that they had a picture of the old cartoon. The
Underdog, I know it, right?
Oh, really, he's
Absolutely.
awesome. There's no need to fear. The Underdog pool player
One of my
is going to be here.
favorite cartoons for sure.
The Underdog tournament, though, I think it's
3s, 4s,
APA
5s.
skill levels,
3s, 4s, and 5s.
Yeah.
3s, 4s, 5s. And he's already got a half fold. 64 players got a half fold.
Yeah.
He's doing 100%. We're doing 100% payback.
Modified single elimination.
Yeah, and you know, just to show you, not only our supporters support us at Yale Billiards, our customer supports at Yale Billiards.
Yeah.
They're running events because they know
How huge is that too? It's like, it takes a lot to run an event. So, kudos
They're
to
learning
Hector
that,
and
though.
Mallory. They're learning that quick.
they're
And,
learning that, but
but they're doing it well. Like they're
they
doing it
really are.
well.
And you know, the hard part is I love doing the 3s, 4s, and 5s and these other events.
Yeah.
They just don't have the time. You know, Timmy's working full time. You know, we try to get the stream going. I tried to get the stream going for a match today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it happen.
It's all right. We've been putting this baby through a lot lately.
We are.
We're gonna give it some TLC.
We are.
It needs it, but it's been
so
doing
yeah, I
great.
mean, our customer support is off the charts because I just don't have the time. I mean, you just mentioned it. So
Yeah.
my daughter's graduating next Saturday.
Yes.
Then the
Huge.
next Sunday we have the Mallory tournament. And then the following weekend we have the Mark Dion tournament. We have pop-ups every single day. And then after that we have the Joss event.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then we have a singles event after that. And then we go to Vegas. So
Yeah.
there's a lot. So,
So
I
much
really
going
appreciate
on.
Mallory and Hector. We're doing the best we can. And we'll do whatever we can to help you make your event, a lot of fun and make it happen. And again, the Mark Dion event, I really want to fill that. So if you want to play partners, honest to God, I haven't seen any killers in this yet. Anybody's going to win that tournament. So
Yeah.
come on down and check us out and get in that event. Go online, sign up today, or let us know if you need a partner. Timmy, like we said, is looking for a partner as well.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot of fun, and we got so much going on with the Shark Stream, and I plan on getting some more matches put up. But I know we've been a tad light on the match content lately, but we're gonna change that, especially now that we've got this whole brand new
Yes.
spiffy setup here. I love it so much. But even then, it's like we've got a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of the tournaments that are going to be coming up. The Joss is going to be fully streamed. As
And
many
we're gonna
matches
stream
as
as
we
many
can
as we
stream.
can. We want to get the special guests back in here. We want
Yeah.
Poppy talking and all those people.
Hopefully we can get Mike Zuglin to drop in for a little while. He
I'm
might
sure
be
he
willing
would.
to do that.
I'm sure he would.
I'm sure he would be a great person to talk to. Who
Absolutely.
knows? Maybe some other local pool streaming celebrities will be at the event too. You
Yes.
never know who's going to show up to a Joss event. You really don't.
No, and
So-
New York, they had an MMA professional partners with a pro.
Yeah.
So there's
that was a great event. That
There's
was a lot of
MMA
fun.
players that play pool. They
Yeah.
maybe some of them may come.
Who knows?
You never know.
You don't know what players are going to show up too. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of them in here, maybe talk about their match and
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
what they were going. Talk about what they've been up to, what they're doing, what
Yep.
tournaments they're playing at. We start getting some word out here about not just our events but regional events and stuff like
Yes.
that. Maybe get some people mingling around and do a little bit of traveling. I mean, it's the summer of 2021 and COVID-19 is largely
Everybody
behind
wants
us.
to go
We
out,
gotta get
man.
out
We
there.
want to go out. We want to do stuff.
Another thing too, we're going to be going out there, and we definitely want to see you guys show your support too. This year, I wasn't even mentioning this is just brand new. I'm just thinking about this myself. But the U.S. Open
Yes.
is happening in Atlantic City. If you live in the Connecticut area and you're a pool player and you want a couple days to just take a small trip,
You better book
what
your
a
room now.
better way to go.
And I honestly, I don't know if Brian Tierney's listening out there. I already
Yeah.
mentioned this. I think I'm gonna rent his bus.
Yeah.
We're gonna have 12.
He's got a
people.
party bus.
A party bus. We're gonna rent a 12-person bus, and we're gonna go to U.S. Open and just have a crazy kicking time.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I know I'm going to go for at least the last couple of days because
Yeah, so-
I gotta go. I gotta
Right.
go see a pro event like that in person.
Yeah.
A matchroom event like that. It's going to be such a blast.
It's good. I heard it sold out in 10 minutes.
For the event, yeah,
Yes.
it was like 10-20 minutes or something. The field was full.
How about that? How about that, pool players?
now,
a
granted-
pro event.
Now, granted, a lot of the field was already full because of the fact that it
Yep.
was done from last year because everybody who was in pre-COVID
Yep.
was still allowed to be in.
Yep.
But even then, I still think they said there were like 85 or 86 spots that sold out in a matter of 15 minutes.
Yeah, and
It's
also I
ridiculous.
heard it's actually, this is unfortunate, it's the same time as the China Open.
Is it?
That's what I heard. I would Google that to be sure.
That's
Or
unfortunate.
it's a week difference. So
Really?
But one day in a week. So some people may be able to do both, but that's going to be a long jet lag.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
You know who's definitely gonna be there is Shane. Shane Van Boning. He don't care if he loses the U.S. Open early. He's gonna be on a flight to China that night.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I wonder to myself if the Asian contingent of our pool playing world will be able to make it this time. I know that they're still grappling with a lot of issues with flying and visas.
Well, with the China Open, they may not.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
we're
already full. So
Kalenti Kachi's going to actually make it this time. He
Yeah.
finally got his visa dealt
Yeah.
with, so he'll be able to make it to this one, unlike the Worlds.
Yep.
But that was a crazy thing.
Yep.
Imagine wanting to go to the World Championship and then being told, yeah, you can't fly because
No, that would
you
be
forgot to
crazy.
renew your visa.
That would be crazy.
That's
crazy.
unfortunate. But,
Absolutely.
But I really hope that all of us will be able to get out there and actually support them as fans.
And you
'cause-
guys, we want you guys to go out there, go experience the event. You know,
Yes.
go to Atlantic City, have a good time.
Yeah,
You know,
figure out what the world of like the electric world of
Yes.
live pool is like. Trust
Absolutely.
me, it's a blast. It really
the
is.
people making noise, cheering,
Yeah.
and it's really exciting, especially when we get those good matches. And the gambling rooms are just forget about it. People that are gambling afterwards playing pool is a whole nother.
It's a whole nother
Yeah,
world.
a whole nother
It
world.
really is.
So, all right, what else have we got, Tim?
That's really all we got
That's
for the
all
rest
we
of it.
got.
We have talked about everything we planned on talking about, and you know what? We took a good amount of time talking about it too. I hope that you guys have had a lot of fun on this event as well. I want to
Absolutely.
thank all of our absolutely amazing Sharkstream sponsors who are here every single time we are live. Thank you so much for everybody who is on there. We're going to go through the list right now. The APA, JJ Fishbein Insurance, Master Billiards, who's going to be doing all these great 9-foot tables here at Yale Billiards, Mark Anthony Home Improvement, the New England 9-Ball Series, his tournament's coming up, The Enthusiast Shine, it's summertime, get that car all clean, Man Cave Memories, K. Morgan, Commercial Painting Contractors, Nick Marino Billiard Sales and Services, going to be doing my table soon, yes. Michael's Deli, mention the Shark Stream, get 10% off your order. Andy Gow, who wants you to support pool, share, and donate. Sigma Wear, makers of our great Shark Stream shirts. Harriman Real Estate, Pool Table Magic, and Mark Kalungian, a great historian and ambassador for the game. Also, Jacoby Custom Cues, making great custom cues, and his Connecticut dealer, Bart Revezzi. The Trumbull Mall, that's right, the Milford Mall for Modern Barbershop.
Barbershop.
You got 3 locations there, Agency One Group and John Ortiz. KM Maintenance, one of our new sponsors. Ben Strong,
Another
and
new
Bride
sponsor.
Merritt Construction, and Vaculease.
Now, Vaculease is something that I don't know if you guys know about. Again, I don't mind plugging all our sponsors, but
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these things that they use, they're useful. Like I use them. It's a vacuum cleaner lease place that they give us a vacuum, and they bring you the bags, they bring you the filters, and they change your machine out every couple of years
Yeah.
to make sure it's good. Now, if you have a business like mine, you have to make sure the carpets are clean, and the better you clean them, the longer they last. So, and it's something I really argued with myself about. Like, do I want to spend money? I can go buy one for cheaper. They do a great job, and it's something I never thought I would use, but it's great stuff, along with a lot of the other sponsors. And again, we appreciate you all. And what do you got going on this weekend? Anything, Timmy?
You know, we've just at this point just working on the stream. I know me and Kimbo, we're gonna drop into the IT bucket again. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this, and this weekend just gonna try to
Play
get out
some
there,
pool.
play some pool. I got a month to go before
You need to
Vegas.
play
And
some pool.
I
That's
gotta
what
play
I was
hard.
trying to hint to that point. What are you
I
gonna
gotta
do this
play-
weekend, Tim?
I gotta play hard the next
I do
month.
too. I do too.
I feel bad. I'm sorry, Savannah. I gotta focus.
You're taking her to Vegas for a
Yes.
week. I think she'll be okay.
Exactly. Well, I promise we'll have a lot of fun. It'll all be worth it, but it's going to be so much more worth it if I get on the table for a month and could somehow walk away with a title. That would be nice.
There's no reason why you can't. I mean, I've seen your 3-inning, 4-inning matches in 8-ball. I pull you up against anybody.
I'm going to need it.
You are. There's going to be some great players, but there's no reason why you can't do it.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much again. Our great sponsors. We want to thank them so much, and we will see you on the next episode of Shark Talk
Oh,
Live.
hold on one sec, real quick, Timmy. We're on the
Yeah.
live stream. There's a gentleman I see walking around there. There was a little story that we didn't mention.
Oh my goodness! I totally forgot. Let me go back to the booth cam here. All right,
let's I just kind of.
this player that you see there, you might not have seen him for just a little bit, but there was a guy there who you just saw. I was going to bring it to the overhead, but I realized that I had the scoreboards on and everything else. I was pleasantly surprised when I walked out of the booth about I don't know, 2 hours ago. There was a gentleman there who knew me, and it took me a minute to realize that I knew him too.
No, he must be a good player because
He is a great player.
he came up to me and believe me, if you do this in a pool hall, you're a good player.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, how you doing?" I start talking to him nicely, obviously, like I do customers
Yeah.
and friends. And he says, "Oh, you must be the owner." I said, "Yes, I am. Thank you very much." And he goes, "Well, I play one pocket. You know anybody here that plays one pocket? So if you do that in a pool hall, you're either the biggest fish or the really, really good player." And,
Yeah.
and then I talked to Timmy, and
I can tell you he's not a fish.
Yeah.
He's a guy who likes playing good players. He's a good player himself, and he's played some real monsters. A little bit of backstory. He's an engineer. He's going to be here for an entire year,
Yep.
and I'm going to get to know him real well in the next year, because it's been a while since I've seen him, about 5 years.
Yep.
But when I was in West Monroe, Louisiana, working as a meteorologist, he was down there, and he was good friends with professional player Scotty Townsend, the late Scotty Townsend, and he's a really great guy. He remembered me. We got to talking when the Scotty Townsend Memorial happened after Scotty's death. He was there playing all the big pro players until the tournament started, and then they wouldn't let him play any of the players on the tables once the pros all arrived.
Pros only.
Yeah, it was really a pros only event after that for the next 5-6 days. But I remember he stuck around. He travels the country as an engineer, and he's making it up to Connecticut for a year. And I walk out, and he sees me, goes, "Tim? Oh my God! You remember it's me from West Monroe?" And I took him in and went, "What?" I had no clue he was up here. We haven't chatted much. I kid you not, 5 years, have not seen the guy. As soon as he was like, "I remember you from West Monroe. You were the weatherman." I was like, "Oh my God, how have you been?" That was really awesome. I never expected.
It's crazy that the pool world is amazing like that. I mean, who would have thought that? Somebody you saw years and years ago at a different pool hall, how many miles? 2,000 miles away?
Yeah,
a long way away.
I remember one time I came in right about the time of the Travelers Championship.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know what the Travelers Championship is, it's a golf tournament in
Connecticut.
in Rocky Hill, in Cromwell, Connecticut, at the old River Highlands, TBC River Highlands, and I remember I was here. I walk in at like 4:30, and there's a guy who's got a CBS Sports jacket on. He was a cameraman for the national network CBS Sports. His name is Kyle. And I have followed Kyle on Facebook ever since. He's a great guy. He worked as a cameraman at the Travelers Championship. They send him every single year. He works as one of the head production camera guys in Butler Cabin and the Masters when CBS does its coverage of the Masters.
Yeah.
And he's an absolutely great guy. You would never believe. He's an avid pool player too. Loves Hard Times Pool Hall over in California. Which is a great pool room for fighting pro players. He's played a lot of great guys out in areas like California, Las Vegas, down in Texas.
Yep.
Wherever he goes, he's always talking about it. You will never believe what you'll find when you walk into a pool hall. Players all around. I hope that Kyle comes back for the Travelers Championship again very soon, and hope I get to play a few games with him again. He was a really fun player to play. But seeing that guy out there, that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
I'm only not sharing his name because I didn't ask him permission to do so.
Right.
But he's a really great guy. If
when you come into a pool room and you say, I play one pocket, everybody knows you know how to play. There's no sneaking. He's not trying to rob anybody. He's coming in and letting you know he can play, and we respect that.
Yeah, and he's going to be here for an entire year. So
he's gonna have his work cut out here with our players, though.
we're going to get to know him real well.
We're going to find out. So maybe we'll be lucky enough to stream in one pocket.
Yeah, you never know. We'll be able to get some games in there.
Him against Bobby Hunt would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a good game. I'm sure they'll set that game up at some point. Going back to the sponsors one more time. This time we're really going from the Shark Talk.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for joining. Shark Talk episode 4 is in the books. Episode 5 is going to be coming next week. For Bobby Hilton, I'm Tim Levine.